Nestled into a steep, wooded hillside, the Descendant House unfolds as a quiet meditation on family, legacy, and the way we share space across generations. 3 distinct material volumes, masonry, wood and glass, and stucco, step down the slope, each carving out its own identity while remaining tethered to a shared heart. The house doesn't fight the terrain, it embraces it, letting the land guide the flow of daily life. From the creek below to the garden terraces above, every angle reveals a new relationship between the people who live here and the landscape that holds them. It's a home built not just for now, but for the generations that will follow. Approaching from the creek below, the house reveals itself through a screen of mature oak trees, their branches framing the warm glow spilling from floor to ceiling windows. The wood and glass mass sits at mid-slope, its horizontal lines echoing the natural terraces of the hillside. Inside, the light is golden and inviting, hinting at the gathering spaces within. The structure feels both grounded and elevated, anchored to the earth, yet reaching up through the canopy, as if the trees themselves are holding it in place. From a slightly different angle, the layered composition becomes even clearer. The white stucco volume rises above, catching the last light of day, while the wood-clad section below stretches horizontally, its large windows offering glimpses into the living spaces. A massive oak tree dominates the foreground, its trunk splitting the view and reminding you that this house was built around nature, not in spite of it. The dark trim along the roofline ties the masses together, a subtle thread connecting each family's domain. The masonry mass announces itself with a bold presence, dark bricks stacked with precision, creating a sense of permanence and shelter. A decorative breeze block wall runs along the front, its geometric pattern casting intricate shadows and offering privacy without closing things off completely. This is the guest and utilitarian zone, positioned further back on the site as a threshold between the private family spaces and the world beyond. The warm light from within softens the heavy material, making it feel welcoming rather than imposing. The entry sequence unfolds with a series of floating concrete steps leading up to a covered porch, where wood paneling and dark brick meet under a deep overhang. The front door sits recessed, framed by tall windows that let you see straight through to the interior. To the left, the wood-clad volume cantilevers slightly, its concrete base grounding it to the slope. The whole composition feels deliberate and balanced, each material doing its job, each space knowing exactly where it belongs. Stepping inside, the entryway opens to a dark brick wall that immediately establishes the material palette. A large abstract painting in soft greens and whites hangs above a slim red bench, while a pair of rain boots sits casually underneath, evidence of a family that actually lives here. To the right, a massive pivot door stands open, flooding the space with natural light. A blue striped runner leads the eye forward, and just beyond, a small child peeks through the glass, curious about who's arrived. The pale blue cabinetry on the left hints at the central core that runs through the house, organizing everything around it. The staircase is where the house really shows off its architectural bones. Floating wood treads cantilever from a pale blue wall, the central core volume that acts as the home's structural and functional spine. Black cable railings keep things light and open, while the warm wood handrail guides you upward. Someone's caught mid-stride, heading to the next level, and the motion blur gives the whole scene a sense of everyday energy. This is the fulcrum of a house, the element that ties the first and second floors together, while letting each level maintain its own character. The living room is pure California indoor-outdoor living. Floor-to-ceiling windows wrap the space, framing views of the oak woodland beyond. A tall, wood-paneled wall houses a sleek, horizontal fireplace, its dark opening contrasting with the warm, vertical grain. A fiddle leaf fig reaches toward the ceiling, bringing a bit of the outside in. The furniture is low and comfortable. A deep sofa, a leather chair, a round coffee table with a puzzle left mid-game. This is the Grandparent zone, positioned to capture the best views through the tree canopy, and it feels like the perfect spot to slow down and just be. The kitchen is the heart of this home, and it's easy to see why. A large white island anchors the space, where a woman and a young girl are prepping something together, lemons scattered across the counter, a moment of everyday connection. The pale blue cabinetry runs along one wall, housing all the back-of-house essentials, while the wood-paneled ceiling and walls bring warmth to the generous space. Those tall windows on the left pour in light and frame the trees outside, making cooking feel like part of the landscape. This is where the family's love of food and gathering comes alive. Just beyond the kitchen, the dining area extends the gathering space with two long wooden tables set beneath a sculptural black chandelier. The wood-paneled walls and ceiling continue here, creating a cocoon-like warmth, while the tall windows frame a spectacular view of a moss-draped oak tree right outside. Driftwood sculptures sit on the tables, organic forms that echo the landscape beyond the glass. This is where meals become events, where multiple generations come together to share food and stories, surrounded by the trees that give this house its character. Up on the upper terrace, the organic garden and beekeeping area comes into full view. Raised wooden beds overflow with leafy greens and herbs, and someone's out there tending to the plants, completely absorbed in the work. The stucco mass of the house sits just behind, its covered deck offering a shaded spot to overlook the garden. This is the family's connection to the land, the place where ingredients for those kitchen gatherings are grown, where the rhythm of planting and harvesting becomes part of daily life. The hillside stretches out beyond, golden and sun-drenched. Light does something special here. Through a slotted pergola or overhang, the sun casts diagonal stripes across a wall of vertical wood siding, turning the surface into a canvas of shadow and warmth. The black door hardware is simple and modern against the natural grain. Just beyond, you can catch a glimpse of the creek below, a reminder of how the house is positioned between water and hillside, between the lower approach and the upper garden terraces. It's one of those quiet moments where architecture and nature collaborate without trying. The parent and grandchild zone is where things get playful. A low platform bed with a wood headboard wall defines the sleeping area, while a toddler sits on the floor nearby, completely absorbed in building something colorful with blocks. The space is light and airy, with pale wood floors and a large sliding door that opens to the outdoors. Through a glass partition, you can see into the bathroom beyond, keeping sightlines open and the whole area feeling connected. This is the stucco mass floating in the tree canopy, a dedicated space for the youngest generation to grow and explore. The same bedroom from another angle shows how the space opens to the outside. The bed sits against that warm wood wall, a blue zigzag throw adding a pop of color, Sliding glass doors lead to a small patio area where the decorative breeze block wall from the exterior creates a patterned screen, privacy with personality. A vintage-style chair with a red cushion sits in the corner, a piece that probably has its own family history. The connection between inside and out is seamless, letting the garden and terrace become part of the room. The grandparents' bedroom carries a different energy, more traditional, more rooted in heritage. A carved wooden four-poster bed stands against the pale blue wall of the central core, its ornate headboard a piece that likely traveled through generations. The wood floors are rich and warm, and a simple side table holds a small plant and a stack of books. A ceiling fan turns slowly overhead. Through the doorway, you can catch a glimpse of artwork in the hall. This room honors the past while sitting comfortably in the present, a quiet space for rest and reflection. The kids' room is pure joy. Two children occupy the space in their own ways, one sitting by the window reading, the other mid-jump on a bed that's basically a built-in platform with drawers underneath. The large windows frame those same oak trees, bringing the canopy right into their world. A built-in desk runs along the window wall, and open shelving holds books and toys. The space is bright and white and full of life, designed to grow with them. This is the upper end of the Stucco mass, connected to the garden and bees, where the youngest family members make their own mark on the house. The Descendant House is more than just a collection of rooms. It's a living framework for a family story. 3 generations, 3 material volumes, 1 shared core. The house descends the hillside the way the family descends through time, each level holding its own identity while remaining part of something larger. From the garden terraces above to the creek below, from the kitchen where meals are made together to the bedrooms where each person finds their own corner, every space is calibrated to support the way this family actually lives. Its architecture as an act of love, thoughtful, intentional, and built to last.